There seems to be a love-hate relationship between England and America that's been around for centuries. Now you would think since America is a spawn from the old country and we both speak the same language that we would stop this silly rivalry. It's like it's all fun and games until somebody mentions that tea party centuries ago, and then the conversation turns to just taking the mickey out of everyone. If you don't know what that means, stay tuned, sunny friends, because today we are sharing slang translations. First, we'll start with a general greeting, and this is once British people get to know you. They will see you each day and say, "Morning." Probably not with that facial expression, but it is a little high-pitched. "Morning." Next, if you're planning a trip to London, you're probably going to spend a lot of quid, which is the slang equivalent, I think, to bucks in America. If you're skint, that means you are broke. For example, my husband's relative runs a very successful money-saving blog called Skint Dad. If you hear a British person say gobsmacked, that means they were awestruck. Smart means polished or very nice. You'll often see for places that you need to dress smart. For Americans, that means a few steps above casual. However, if somebody says it's very posh, that means it's very fancy. An expression I've heard here a lot is bee's knees. So somebody might say those shoes are the bee's knees. That means like really cool. I don't really know if a lot of teenagers say it, so British people, I would love your feedback on how dated that slang phrase is. You might hear a British person say, "Oh, that's dodgy." Actually, you won't, because that's a really bad British accent, so I am sorry, English sunny friends, for the bad impersonation, but Americans, dodgy means shady. You might hear someone say, "Oh, good, that's sorted." That means that's all figured out, which means you will probably return that by saying "fingers crossed," meaning "I hope so," or "let's hope that works." In England, you might hear somebody say that they're knackered. That means that they're really tired or wiped out, which means they might go for a kip, which in America is the equivalent of saying you would take a nap, and to which they would say they might be off to their pit, which I've never understood, but I think that means I'm off to my bed. Frequently, you'll hear aggro, which is short for aggravation. For example, if people don't like this video, it certainly wasn't worth the aggro. To then which I might think I shouldn't have been arsed. I said that really bad, but I'll try to spell it for you, but I think it's like the British accent for "you couldn't have been asked." However, if a lot of people like the video, I'll be well chuffed, which is kind of like the surfer slang for stoked, meaning really happy or excited. Maybe you might think the video is very naff, which is lame. Mufti is a term that took me a while to hear and then learn. It means no street clothes or no uniform, so you hear it a lot in schools when they're having like a charity fundraiser day, and you can pay for a Mufti day, which means you can pay that day to not wear your uniform to school. English friends, I need some help with this next one, and that's the slang phrase "one off." I don't know if you're saying "one of" or "one off." What it means is something is happening on kind of like a one-to-one basis. Like a pop-up restaurant is going to be somewhere for just a week, so it's a one-off event. Either way, it's a term used here often, and I do need some help with the exact spelling of what it is that you're saying there. Stand down isn't a slang term, but it's used here way more often than it is in America. My perception of it means relax, take it easy. You might use it like in an emergency situation, and when things are over, everybody can go back to what they were doing. The next term always makes me laugh, and that's faff. For example, somebody might say, "I can't have you faffing about," which means I can't have you screwing around with or messing around with whatever it is they're referring to. Wonky means wobbly or there's something not right with it. For example, this chair normally squeaks a lot when I make videos, so you could say that chair's a bit wonky. Uni is used for university. Finally, trot on is what I'm about to do at the end of this video, and that is get lost or move on. Pin, like, and share this video if you found it valuable. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sunny News so you don't miss any future travel tips or fun things to do in London, and future British slang translation videos. Mr. Sunny's gonna be in a few, and we have one coming up on British swear words. As always, Thank you for watching.